Okay, so the first thing we're going to talk about are cells. This is a little bit of a review from 7th grade, but it's something that people tend to forget about. So, what makes up multicellular organisms like you, like me, like your dog, like your plant, all that good stuff? Well, we're all made up of cells, and cells have certain bits. All right, let's talk about them. Cells are the smallest living parts of animals and plants. Of course, they're teeny tiny, you can't see them, they're microscopic. You have lots of different parts of cells, and these are called organelles. Plant cells and animal cells have a lot of the same parts, but they have some different parts. As you can see here, all of them have, you have cell membranes, you have nucleuses, mitochondria, cytoplasm, vacuoles, but plant cells have chloroplasts and a cell wall. Animal cells do not, and we're going to talk about that more in a second. Okay, first off we're going to talk about the cell membrane. This is the gatekeeper. It hangs out on the outside. It's the bouncer at the party. It lets things in, keeps everything together, kind of your garbage bag for your cell, lets stuff in, lets stuff out. That's the cell membrane. The nucleus is the brain of the cell. Takes care of all the activities. It also stores our DNA. That's the genetic information that makes you you. Mitochondria. These are the energy factories of your cell. They use chemical energy that you eat. So you eat food, these little guys turn it into energy that your cell can use. Again, that's the mitochondria. Cytoplasm. This is the jelly stuff where all your organelles are floating around. It's inside your cell, and it's kind of like a jello. The nucleus and the mitochondria and all such like are kind of bouncing around in there. Vacuoles. Now, this is the part of the cell that holds water. Plant cells have much larger vacuoles than animal cells do because animals can stand up and walk around. If we get thirsty, we go over to the sink and we get a glass of water. Plants can't do that, and so they have to have larger vacuoles because it might not rain where they are for a really long time, and so they're going to need to store more water. But again, vacuoles, that stores your water. Now let's talk about the parts that you only find in plant cells. This is the cell wall, and it sits outside of the cell membrane. Now you remember we talked about the cell membrane earlier. That's the part that lets stuff in and out of the cell. Well, plant cells don't have skeletons, and plants don't have skeletons, and so the cell wall kind of gives a little bit of support to the cell, kind of keeps it, in one place. Plant cells are not as squishy as animal cells are because of the cell wall. But again, you only find these in plants. We don't have cell walls. And finally, the chloroplast. Now remember, chlorophyll is found in plant cells, and that's what lets them carry out photosynthesis, where they turn sunlight into energy. We, as animals, don't have these things. Again, chloroplasts, they have chlorophyll in them. They allow plants to make food through photosynthesis, but they are only found in plant cells. There's a little guy right there. Okay, so this has been a very, very brief refresher course on what makes up your cell. If you'd like, I might recommend that you go back through the video, rewatch it a couple of times, and pause whenever you're unclear about something and just have a look. Again, that's why it's on YouTube, because you can see it as many times as you need to. Alright guys, peace out. Catch you later.